COD Mobile. There are some guns so broken they got banned from competitive, like HVK, SKS, Argus, just to name a few. But let me introduce you to Burst CX-9, a gun more broken than HVK in close range and more forgiving to use than Argus. And the best thing is, it is not banned. Yet. For Gunsmith, you need to use the burst mag, and for ranked, I would recommend boosting the range. And the major advantage Burst CX-9 offers is the time to kill. We get 116 milliseconds till nearly 26 meters, aiming above the waist, which the time to kill is just broken as Pro players complained HVK 180 milliseconds time to kill was too fast, and Burst CX-9 is not only faster, but the hitbox is very forgiving, as even good players playing ranked can aim above the waist and get 116 milliseconds time to kill pretty consistently. So for pro players, you can consider 116 milliseconds to be the norm, and 116 milliseconds will be similar to getting 2 headshots with HVK, but HVK will be very inconsistent, while on Burst CX-9 you can pretty much get 116 milliseconds time to kill every burst that is consistent as and 3. The range is just way too good. Like nearly 26 meters of 116 milliseconds time to kill is just unfair to play against, as there is no counter to Burst CX-9 within this range, and we are basically at the mercy of the opponent and dancing in the palm of their hands. If they have good aim, then we will die unfairly due to the time to kill being so fast that no other gun can counter it except for shotguns. But shotguns are not as versatile as Burst CX-9 and only viable in close range, while you can abuse Burst CX-9 even at mid-range, and 116 milliseconds time to kill is faster than ADS speed on aggressive SMGs like Phoenix, Switchblade, etc. So even if you use SMG made for close range assaulting, you will still die to Burst CX-9 because the time to kill is just way too fast. And 4. Not only is the hitbox forgiving, but the fire rate is also forgiving, and Burst CX-9 has the fastest interval between consecutive bursts, meaning even if you miss the 1 burst, you will still be alive to get the 2 burst or 3 burst kill. And Burst CX-9 is infinite 2 burst as long as you aim above the waist, and within 33 meters you can hit leg shots and still get 2 bursts, which makes 2 bursts pretty consistent till nearly 34 meters, which is a good effective range. And now is a good time to leave a like and comment something nice to help support the video. Burst CX-9 has bullet speed, but the bullet speed is fast enough to not cause problems till 42 meters, making Burst CX-9 very versatile. And Burst CX-9 can be used as R9 replacement. R9 has 2 burst pattern, and Burst CX-9 can defeat R9 while being more versatile R9, making Burst CX-9 viable in more maps compared to R9. And you should know just how dominant R9 is in competitive, yet Burst CX-9 outperforms it. Burst CX-9 also has the advantage of ease of use. The recoil is easy as just pull down towards the left and you can beam with it even at mid-range. Base iron sight is very much usable, and we get good battle pass skin, making paid skins unnecessary, which is a contrast from Fennec, where good skin becomes mandatory. Hip-fire spread is tight, as expected from aggressive SMGs, but I won't recommend hip firing, as those weapons are punishing if we miss shots. Why make it a habit to ADS and shoot for best accuracy? Bullet spread is also pretty usable even at mid-range, since burst weapons reset their spread with each burst, giving us tight spread. And this is without using any bullet spread attachments. And the only problem will be the burst mechanism. It is a different way to play compared to using full auto weapons, which will need some getting used to, as if you hold down the fire button like we do on full auto weapons, then with Burst CX-9 there is a chance we will miss shots. Why I recommend using it like semi-auto, and you only shoot when you are certain you will get the 1 burst kill. Apart from that, mag size is a con, as 12 bullets in mag, which is equivalent to 4 burst, is punishing if we miss shots or if we are in a 1 versus multiple situation. In reserve we get 16 extra burst, which is a bit lacking, and you can use vulture perk or full ammo attachment or ammo box if you want to drop a nuke. Otherwise I recommend carrying a pistol so you can switch to it in clutch situations, and LCAR is my recommendation. But one advantage is the reload speed. 0.8 seconds is super fast, and we do 1 slide and get back our bullets again. why I did not find lack of ammo to be a big issue, and we can always pick up a weapon from ground and use it if we run out of ammo. Mobility is fast as expected of aggressive SMGs, and it is using this build. You can make mobility faster by using stock, and bullet spread is still going to be usable at mid-range. Otherwise, you can use this build to maintain bullet spread for range fights. For more analysis and best Gunsmith builds, you can join our Discord server. The burst mag boosts the movement speed, making mobility build viable, and I recommend going all out on mobility attachments with range boost and fast reload speed. And the next major advantage burst CX-9 has is the mobility. We get 7.34 meters per second movement speed, which is faster than melee weapons, and this super fast mobility has lots of applications in pro games. I will mention some of them later. And ADS movement is nearly 5 meters per second, which makes tracking burst CX-9 pretty much an impossibility due to how fast CX-9 will strafe left and right. This is a major advantage because we can force enemy to miss shots while we can work on being accurate in our own sprays, making sure we can win gunfights pretty much all the time. As even if we miss the 1 burst or 2 burst, the super fast mobility will make sure enemy misses their shots and we can get the kill in 3rd burst or 4th burst. And somehow if we don't get the kill, then I use lightweight and gung-ho, so you can just slide and switch to pistol and hip fire the enemy down. Just using burst CX-9 puts us at an inherent advantage, not only to the fast as time to kill, but even the fast as mobility, giving us the most agile and aggressive playstyle in COD Mobile right now. And ADS speed is pretty much instantaneous, and even if you don't slide and just press the ADS button, you can still win gunfights, and mobility is a major advantage. Range does get nerfed with 20 meters of 1 burst range, which is plenty, and bullet speed is fast enough to challenge gunfights till 33 meters, keeping CX-9 versatile while allowing it to defeat every other weapon within 20 meters to 26 meters. Help support the video by donating so I can work on more such analysis in future. Thus, takeaway so far: 116 milliseconds time kill is broken, mobility is broken, CX-9 is very easy to use with good iron sights making red dot or paid skins not necessary, and max size is low, but sleight of hand and gung-ho along with swapping to pistol makes up for it. Why I literally have no cons to state. The only problem is the burst mechanism, but we can learn and get used to it and practice semi-auto bursting in training room, and burst mechanism isn't a problem, and pro players did get used to it pretty quickly back when KSP was meta, and burst CX-9 is better than meta KSP from back then. Burst CX-9 is also a better melee for speed boosting, why by default you use a pistol for clutch situations, and LCAR with its fast fire rate, good time to kill, and tight hip fast spread makes it a very deadly combination. I am being very serious when I say burst CX-9 has no counter, and you will need to use burst CX-9 to counter burst CX-9, and one-shot weapons like KRM can only counter burst CX-9 on smaller maps like Summit, while burst CX-9 is a lot more versatile, not only in range but even when it comes to map choices, from Tunisia, Hacienda, Crossroad, and so on. And the only counter to burst CX-9 is playing passive with a one-shot weapon like Marksman, and you get the one-shot on them before burst CX-9 can get you. I would recommend Argus in ranked, but Argus is banned from competitive, while recommending to use a Marksman. How can pro players make the best use of burst CX-9? The obvious way is to swap out the SMG main for burst CX-9, which will swap out either Switchblade or Fennec in favor of burst CX-9, and pro players will adjust to it pretty easily like they did with KSP back when it was meta. But in terms of strategy, there are 2 main ways you can use burst CX-9 optimally. First is the SND rush. The faster mobility and the broken time to kill will make sure that our team will reach the bomb site first and also take control of it as long as the SMG main is able to hit their shots. SND is going to be a pain to play against burst CX-9, as the fast ADS movement will make sure you can ADS and walk, giving no footsteps sound, while being constantly ADS'd, meaning if you spot an enemy, you can instantly shoot them, giving the enemy no chance to counter, cause they did not hear you and the time kill is too fast for them to react, and they can do nothing but instantly die. And use Skulker perk to make ADS movement movement even faster, and this strategy can be used in control as well. Second is OPJ inside of a hardpoint, as we are guaranteed to get 116 milliseconds tactical, making burst CX-9 a must-have for OPJ players, and use lightweight gung-ho with sleight of hand to help with reload. There are more, but I guess comp players can figure it out for themselves. In a nutshell, burst CX-9 is the most broken weapon right now in COD Mobile, and it is viable to use in ranked as well, because even if you don't have good aim, you can abuse the ADS movement to do well with burst CX-9. Why burst CX-9 is worthy of a nerf, and it will likely be banned from competitive once people realize just how overpowered and broken it is. Watch next the top 10 best guns you should be using in COD Mobile Season 11, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.